They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel, and today we're doing 10 most dangerous animals in Australia. I mean, eventually I was going to get to this. I figured I might as well just knock this one out now. I know there's tons and tons of dangerous snakes and spiders. I hear about that all the time. You guys are like the capital of the world for this stuff. But I'm hoping there's something other than snakes and spiders next. I want to see some of the other dangerous animals you have. I know about the old duck-billed platypus. I think I'm among many people who, when they were kids and they found out about this duck-billed platypus, everybody wanted one. It's like, oh man, I want one of those for a pet. And then you realize, later on when you learn about them that they're not good pets. My kids ask me for one all the time now because there's a show called Phineas and Ferb, and they have a platypus for a pet, and he's a secret agent. In case you didn't know that. Perry the platypus. That's right. Of course you know that. Anyways, let's get on. This is 10 most dangerous animals in Australia. If it's your first time here, I am trying to learn more about Australia and its surrounding neighbors. So come along for the ride and enjoy a little bit of 10 most dangerous animals in Australia. And stick around, subscribe, come back for some more. Here we go.
If you're an avid traveler, I know you've probably added Australia to the list of places you want to visit. Only if you haven't already visited it yet. But I also know a lot of you are probably scared of visiting this massive country due to the bad reputation a lot of the animals that live there have. After all, a lot of the animals that live in Australia are very unique to that part of the world. And inexperienced visitors might find a lot of these creatures to be frightening and intimidating. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most dangerous animals in Australia, so you all can learn more about these creatures and know what to do if you ever see one of them. Stay with me all the way to number 1 and learn the truth about the most dangerous animal in Australia. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Sydney funnel web spider. With a size as small as 5 centimeters, this
as if the animals aren't scary enough, this music's doing me in.
little spider likes to hide in cool, humid environments. That includes rocks, logs, and, well, your shoes.
Oh.
Yes, if you plan to visit Australia, make sure you always check your shoes before you put them on. It is known that these spiders love to make a home inside of your house if the weather outside is far too hot for them. And if you're one of those that like to spray threatening animals with water, I must warn you, that ain't gonna work. And you shouldn't try that anyway, because that's, I don't know, kind of a jerk move. But anyway, these spiders can survive underwater for a long time just by catching air bubbles right next to their skin. For that reason, don't be surprised if you find them at the bottom of a swimming pool, very alive, by the way. A bite of this spider will cause a lot of pain and it could even kill you, but hey, don't worry. There is anti-venom that can help you in the case of such an emergency. And man, oh, that's very encouraging, isn't it?
You gotta worry about putting your shoes on every day. I would be so scared that I banged out the shoe and nothing came out. Like, what if he's hanging on?
Number 9. The Great White Shark. One of Australia's main attractions are its beautiful beaches. Surrounded by the ocean and the largest coral reef, this country welcomes lots of beach enthusiasts that are ready and willing to swim, surf, or just chill by the water and have a great time.
See, I didn't think a lot of people swam in the oceans around Australia because I thought there was crocodiles surrounding most of the country. I guess maybe that was just something I assumed by something I'd heard from somebody, but I really thought there was a lot of crocodiles and not a lot of people went to the beaches to swim. But I guess I'm wrong.
However, even fun places in Australia come with dangerous animals. A simple swim or surfing session in the wrong spot can easily turn into a scene out of Jaws as the great white shark makes his way through the ocean while everyone tries to run out of the water. But we should make one thing clear. Hollywood hasn't made justice of these sharks. Yes, they are dangerous, and yes, they have caused some fatalities. However, they're not necessarily man-eaters. When it comes to humans and great white sharks, there are only 5 deadly encounters per year around the world. A lot of the times, the innocent shark mistakes surfers for sea lions, but trust me, they wouldn't attack them if they knew it's just a human trying to stand on a surfboard. So don't let sharks keep you from enjoying the beach. Just make sure you keep an eye on your surroundings. Number 8.
Don't want to mess with the great white. Nope.
The tiger snake. A lot of the times when I talk about snakes, I try to keep you calm and reassure you that snakes are not likely to hurt you. I mean, some of them actually make for some great pets. But when it comes to brown snakes in Australia, I can't easily say the same. I do have a few snakes on this list, and the first one is in fact the tiger snake. This reptile is found in the southern part of the country, including coastal islands like Tasmania. They get their name from the fact that
fast.
A lot of them have banded colors on their skin, just like a tiger. Their venom is filled with neurotoxins, coagulants, hemolysins, and mycotoxins. But what does all that mean that I'm pretty sure I just mispronounced? What can they cause? Well, their bite can produce symptoms such as tingling, numbness, sweating, and localized pain around your foot and your neck. From there, the pain can turn into breathing problems and ultimately a paralysis. Most of the untreated bites result in death, but you can receive treatment to avoid such a tragic end. Just like how many of us learn first aid at some point in our lives, I am sure many Australians do too, along with a proper course on how to respond when a snake's venom has entered someone's system.
Is this snake in the cobra family? I thought only cobras had hoods, but again, I don't know.
Number 7.
What do I know?
The brown snake.
There he is.
And again, another snake on this list. And if you were scared by the tiger snake, wait until you hear about this one. Brown snakes are the second most venomous terrestrial snake in the world. In the case of Australia, they are responsible for snakebite deaths more than any other snake in the country. There were 19 snakebite-related deaths in the decade between 2005 and 2015, and 15 of those deaths were caused by a brown snake. And the other 4? Well, those were caused by the tiger snake. You can find them in the eastern and central part of Australia, around the city of Adelaide. And you can also find them in some other cities like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, and Canberra, which is the capital of this country. Some of the symptoms of a venomous attack include heart arrest, kidney injuries and seizures, and intracranial bleeding. Luckily, anti-venom is available, but still, I would rather avoid getting bitten by one of these.
Not a big snake fan in the wild, you know. I owned a couple snakes when I was younger. I thought it was cool. You know, I had a ball python and a red-tailed boa. They pretty much just sat in the cage waiting for me to give them the next rodent. There's no emotion. There's no nothing. No matter how nice you are to snakes, they don't know who the hell you are. I know someone's going to comment, yes, they do. I have pet snakes and they love me. No.
Number 6. The redback spider. If you're not a fan of spiders, you might have to be extra careful during spider. Number 6. The redback spider. If you're not a fan of spiders, you might have to be extra careful during your visit to Australia. Just like anything in nature that has red on it, the redback spider screams danger from afar. Although it can be a bit hard to see since this animal is only 1 centimeter long. But what this spider doesn't have in size, it compensates it through its highly dangerous venom. And where exactly in Australia is this spider? Well, you can find it throughout the country. A single bite can kill you, but there is anti-venom that you can use, which was created back in 1956. There have not been any deaths reported since then, but now I do wonder what people did before the cure was invented. You know, aside from pass on.
Yeah,
Being such a small spider, I'm sure a lot of people might wonder how they can tell whether they've been bitten or not. Well, you just have to look for symptoms to know. A redback spider bite can cause latrodectism, which is an illness that produces sweating, vomiting, rigid muscles, and lots of pain. If you get any of these reactions, you might want to get yourself checked. The spider is small, but the pain it will cause you is not, so you will know when one of them has bitten you. Number 5. The stonefish. Alright, so we're clear that white sharks are not out to get you, right? But I'm sorry to inform you that there is another animal in the water that might make you want to be a bit more cautious once you go diving or on a snorkeling trip throughout the coral reef. I'm talking, of course, about the stonefish. This animal is dangerous, not only because it's venomous, but also because it's very hard to spot. The stonefish is usually motionless, which explains the reason why people called it that way. The fish lives between rocks and coral, and you can find it in different environments of shallow water.
That would suck to step on. Look at that. Look at that barb. Holy smokes. We have a fish here, we call them bullhead or hornpout. And they have 2 barbs on the side and 1 right in the middle of the back at the top of the fin. And they're like black barbs and they're built right in. And when you flick that fin, you can feel it as hard as a rock. It's a hollow tube, probably the same exact thing this is here. But if you get stuck with it, you get injected with the poison. Luckily, they're not deadly. You'll just get a big swollen hand or foot, whatever gets stabbed, it'll burn, it'll hurt. They're not deadly. This guy just looks fucking deadly.
Such as mudflats and estuaries. Its camouflage is an inconvenience for humans, and a single step on them can send you straight to the hospital. A stonefish sting can cause unbearable pain and even death if you don't treat it in a timely manner. But the good thing is that you can treat a stonefish attack as soon as you notice it. All you need to do is apply hot water to the affected area and wait for the venom to lose its effect. Some people also claim that vinegar helps in this situation. Anti-venom is available, but people only recur to it when the case is too extreme to handle. Number 4.
Fuck that.
The blue-ringed octopus. A returning animal from many of our lists, here's another animal that also lives underwater. The blue-ringed octopus.
He's this little guy. He's cute. Whoa, look at that. It's trippy.
This one won't be as hard to spot as the stonefish. In fact, this one is very cool to watch as its skin is covered of little blue patterns that look like rings. But still, if you do see one, please stay away from them.
Hence the name Blue Ring.
These small animals are cool, but they're also venomous. Once they sting you, your body will shut down and become paralyzed to the point that you will stop breathing. And unfortunately, there is no anti-venom for cases of blue-ringed octopus attacks. However, they say you can treat their bites by helping the victim stay calm and breathe until the octopus's toxin is removed from the body by applying pressure on the wound. But don't worry too much. This animal is actually quite shy, and like most wild animals out there, the blue-ringed octopus will only attack when it feels threatened. There have only been 3 blue-ringed octopus-related deaths reported to Australia, so the chances of you being number 4 are actually quite low. Just enjoy the Australian waters and stay away from animals that don't want to be near you. Number 3.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I already made the decision, I don't know, way back in this list somewhere, that I'm not ever stepping foot in the Australian Ocean. So, yeah, there you go. I win against those guys. I don't know. If I ever make it to Australia, I'm sure I will stay in heavily populated areas and check my shoes. And I'm hoping that I never have to encounter any of these.
Saltwater crocodiles. And this is where I'm going to start getting a bit controversial for some of you, because the animal I ranked as the 3rd most dangerous in Australia is perhaps the most dangerous for a lot of you. However, that's only because it's big, but not as threatening as the other 2 I'm going to show you. The saltwater crocodile, just like the name implies, are expected to be found in bodies of saltwater, meaning the ocean. However, they are more popular in estuaries and sometimes some freshwater spots as well. It can be quite amusing to see one in the wild, except when you're in Darwin, Australia, which is a place full of signs that warn you against these massive...
That's where I heard that there was crocodiles in the ocean from my friend in Darwin, so that's why I thought they were around the whole... I guess I'm wrong, obviously.
Reptiles. These big animals are very aggressive, and they eat animals of all sizes, including humans. Now the thing is, there have been only 24 deadly attacks between the years of 1975 and 2009, so the chances of a deadly encounter are quite unlikely. However, I would encourage you to obey warning signs and stay away from places where you could potentially find one of these beasts. Now it's time for the day's best pick. The picture I have for today is one of a scary-looking snake that could easily give us all nightmares. Luckily, such a snake doesn't even exist. At least not in Australia. But there is a snake I do need to talk to you about. Number 2. Taipan snake. A list of dangerous animals wouldn't be complete without this snake. You saw the tiger snake, the brown snake, and now as the 2nd most dangerous animal, I give you the next one.
Is this the deadliest snake in the world? I think I saw this on another video I did. I think.
The Taipan snake.
You're wrong.
But why is this snake here if, after all, the brown snake is the one that causes the most deaths? Well, simply because the Taipan snake is the most venomous in the world. However, this one lives in the desert, so it is a bit more unlikely that a human will have a deadly encounter with one. There have only been a few cases of people that were bitten by them, and guess what? They all survived. But in case you're wondering just how dangerous their venom is, well, it can cause your skeletal muscle to break down. It could also form a lot of blood clots throughout your system, and can also damage your kidneys. So, don't go out there trying to test the effects of their venom. Just respect their space. After all, they don't want to be near you as much as you don't want to be near them.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. The box jellyfish. While this animal hasn't killed humans
I wasn't expecting a jellyfish to be number 1, so I gotta hear about this.
that often, it is still the most toxic animal on Earth. Its venom is a threat to your heart, your nervous system, and even your skin. This kind of jellyfish lives in the waters of northern Australia and likes to come out to play between the months of October and May, which is when the summer season picks up in the southern hemisphere. The box jellyfish is pale blue, which makes it a bit hard to spot in the midst of the ocean water. One single sting can cause a lot of pain, while multiple stings can lead you to your death. But a lot of first responders have been trained in beaches around Queensland to help out anyone who gets affected by one of these lethal creatures.
What do they sting with? Is it the tentacles that sting? I'm not sure.
I really don't know what you might have heard, but pee is not as effective as some people claim. However, vinegar and other practices can help you survive the attack, so just be careful when you swim in those waters, alright? That's all I have for you today. I hope.
Wow. I've heard of jellyfish stings before, but I don't know if that's only if you step on them or do they. I think the tentacles maybe sting. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Check it out. Those are the 10 most dangerous animals in Australia. I'm glad most of them are aquatic, snake, or spider. Those are all three things I say the fuck away from. So yeah, there's that at least. I think they were all one of those three categories. It just works out great for the squirrel. And notice there's not a squirrel anywhere on the top 10 list. See, peaceful animals. But what did you think of the top 10 dangerous animals in Australia? If you're from Australia, did you think something else deserved to be on the list? What do you think should have been removed to replace the one that you think should have been on there? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to find out. I will catch up with you folks very soon. I hope you're having a great day. It's been a great weekend over here in America. We're celebrating July 4th today. So it's our Independence Day, and we gained our independence from the British and a long time ago. And we're celebrating. People will be blowing off fireworks all night. And it's a good time. And tomorrow we all go back to work hungover. On that note, squirrel out.